Welcome to Great Chefs of the Caribbean, featuring the New World cuisine from some of the island's finest chefs. This time from St. John, Hubert Lorenz. From Mexico, Marc Ehrler. And from Virgin Gorda, John Reimer.
The entree comes from Marc Ehrler, executive chef at the Ritz-Carlton, Cancun. He will prepare a real exemplar of Caribbean home cooking, which, as writer Calvin Trillin points out, is one of the only island dishes that is truly onomatopoeic. It is the Caribbean version of a French bouillabaisse called Blaff.
Okay, here we have a Caribbean lobster tail, Italian parsley, called Italian, it's really a flat parsley. It's all over the Caribbean, it's everywhere. Scallion, green onions, the habanero chili. The habanero chili, they are what I call the nasty chili, and those are used like tea bags. The redder, the hotter, and they are one of the two most powerful chili. And if you're not aware of it, you should definitely eat it next to a doctor. How we use this? We use this as a tea bag, and if you really have a stainless steel stomach, you can just eat it like this. If not, you can either punch a little hole in it, which is what we're going to do for this recipe. Just punch a little hole in it, and that's what we're going to use for that recipe. Not even cut it because of its power. Now, if you like something hot, but I don't suggest it because of the foie gras, you can actually chew up the whole thing, right? Now you have fresh thyme, garlic, a bay leaf, or really originally it's called, it's a leaf of an Indian tree that's grown throughout the Caribbean. It's called bois d'Inde. A lime. In the Caribbean you don't find lemon, okay, only limes grow. So everything is either pre-washed or washed or seasoned with lime at the end of it. And we're going to use a grey salt. A grey salt is a salt actually that comes from Brittany in France, and it's hand-picked. It's a sea salt hand-picked. Why? Because it's crunchy, and on the top of this it has a flavor, a iodine flavor, which reminds you of the Caribbean.
Sliced onions go into hot oil.
Okay. Then you can put the scallion, you can put the habanero, which was punctures to get the flavor out of it. We're just going to throw the parsley in it. Okay, and it's a little funny way to cook, but this is how it's done actually in the Caribbean. Okay, the thyme, 2 cloves of garlic, all, don't even cut them, and the bay leaf. Take a little bit of black peppercorn, whole. Don't even crush it. Okay, and you see everything turns very bright. Everything becomes very, very bright. All the vegetables. Then when you have a little color, okay, and this actually is a dish that was given to me by a lady, old lady actually, on the island of Saint Martin where I was previously, and she really insisted that. I was a little bit in shock because of the classical training that we get where you have to chop this and chop that, but this is really the way it's done. Now you're going to add about 1 cup of white wine. Okay. Then you're going to add water, about 4 to 5 cups.
Some of the gray salt is added, and this liquid is brought to a boil.
Okay, a blaff. Why is it called a blaff? Because in the Caribbean, life is very simple. And why? Because, I mean, they enjoy the sun and the Caribbean Sea, that's it. I was explained actually by a very old lady, who was a pretty incredible chef, that the blaff, why is it called the blaff, is because you take a pot of water with all those ingredients and aromats, you bring this to a boil, and you take a live fish, a live lobster, a live shrimp, or whatever it could be, and a crab, and you just throw it in a pot. And when actually the fish gets into the water, it goes blaff. That's why it's called the blaff. It is simple. I mean, it's so simple. It's another way, if you want, of. For me, reminds me of a bouillabaisse. Coming from the southeast of France, the bouillabaisse was originally the simplest dish. Okay, and I'm just going to put the lobster tail Okay, roll it like this in a shell. Just gonna put it in it, and you heard the blaff. Okay. Now I'm gonna put the foie gras, and I'm just gonna put it face down. Okay, in the blaff. Turn off the gas and cover it. That's it. Okay. The foie gras, it's about 12 to 14 ounces. It's gonna come out in about 12 minutes, 12 to 14 minutes maximum. The lobster, which is about 14 ounce tail and is much needs more cooking than the foie gras, is gonna come out in about 18 minutes.
The cooked lobster tail is cut in half lengthwise. The foie gras is sliced on the bias. The lobster goes on top of the vegetables.
And here you can take the little scallion, set it under the lobster. Okay. Here the slice of foie gras. Slice of foie gras. You can take the habanero. If you actually like some little spices in your dish, a little bit of the thyme, make a little color here. Make sure that the broth is very hot. When it's boiling, pour a little bit of the lime juice. Okay, just a little bit of the lime juice to season it correctly. Give it a little spark. Just pour the juice over the dish. And that's it.